This is Mekus with the Continence Club. I am back with another eye-opening presentation. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. In today's presentation, I want to emphasize to you that you are a lot more closer to it than you think. You're closer to that promotion. You're closer to shifting your identity. You're closer to becoming a better figure, a better inspiration. You're closer to that new car. You're closer to the finish line. You're closer to whatever it is that you aspire to be. And this is why when I was gone, I was doing some reflecting and I realized that one commonality I find with you and a handful of other people that I had the opportunity and privilege to speak with is that there's an internal barrier keeping you from taking action, from doing the work. You know things that you might have to do on the outside, right? But you know deep down that this is an internal shift that you have to make. And one thing I've realized as well through my independent research is that, and through speaking with you, is that a lot of these internal blocks and barriers come from past experiences, maybe even traumas, the way you were raised, when you were young. And it's become part of your identity. And this is why I stress identity shifting so much. And I feel like I've come to the root of how these internal blocks can be removed. And this is what I'm going to continue to help you do. And I've realized in the process that a handful of you all that I've been talking to are entrepreneurs and creatives and high professionals, those working, or just somebody who's really strongly connected and drawn to shifting your identity. And so this is why I'm here to break this video down in accordance to your field of experience. So one thing I know is that I know you've been feeling you're capable of more income, more execution, more impact on the world, on the community, whatever it is. You just know that you've been brought onto this earth for more and to consistently raise that standard for yourself. You've read the books, you've learned the strategies, you understand what needs to be done. That's not even a question. And yet something still feels stuck. You still feel like you can't make that transition like you want to, that leap that you want to. You can't make that advancement like you want to. And we know now that there is an internal block that hasn't been removed yet. And this is what's keeping you frustrated, keeping you sidelined, stagnant, and not being able to start from the start line, right? And you as an entrepreneur, creative, high professional, you believe your problem is external. You think you need a better strategy, funnel, marketing, systems, whatever it is. But if you have knowledge and still can't execute consistently, the problem isn't the strategy. The problem is identity. And this is why I'm going to continue to emphasize identity shifting, because it's as simple as some of the things that you told me that you want to do. You told me, for instance, you want the car, you want the house, you want the promotion, you want to feel a certain type of way about yourself. The root is the identity. There's a version of you that knows exactly what to do, but there's another version of you that hesitates. This is what you've discussed to me over calls. That second version is the one that's currently running your life. That's what's keeping you in your current situation and keeping you farther away from your desired situation. That version of yourself carries self-doubt, fear of judgment, unresolved internal narratives, old beliefs about what you're capable of. And we talked about this as well. One thing you've mentioned to me more than likely is that the way that you were raised or the things that you've dealt with whenever you were young factor into these internal narratives you have about yourself today, the beliefs that you have today that you can't get away from that are keeping you stuck, the self-doubt that you have today, the fear of judgment, right? You might have been through bullying. I was a victim of that too, so I understand. And that's what was really keeping me from making certain changes or taking risks in my life, was because of fear of judgment. It was because of what I've dealt with as a child. So what am I trying to say here? These invisible blocks quietly sabotage execution. You've told me you self sabotage. You make a little progress, fall back. You can't seem to stay consistent. And so, this is why it feels so hard to take action. This is why you can't do the work. Your old frequency, old identity is protecting the version of yourself it already knows. All it knows is to hang on to that fear. All it knows is to hang on to that self-doubt. All it knows is to hold on to those internal narratives that bully from the third grade was telling you that you weren't good enough. Your teacher, your parents, your friends, associates, whatever it is. This has become a part of you today. And this is why I want you to understand that it's not the end for you. It's only the beginning, because creation is already finished, right? And this is why in your career or in your profession, whatever it is that you're doing, this is why high performers, aspiring performers like yourself, hit ceilings. You get stuck at a certain revenue ceiling, a certain discipline ceiling, a certain confidence ceiling. You can't seem to break past certain barriers. From the outside, it looks like you just need better tactics, right? You need better habits, better whatever it is. But internally, you're fighting a battle between who you are now and who you know you could become. The real enemy is yourself. Your best friend is yourself. You have to face yourself. Until that internal conflict is resolved, that ceiling stays in place. Because understand this, the world is only a reflection of you. This world is only showing you how you feel about yourself and what's going on inside yourself. Yes, let me say that again. The world is reacting to you, and the world is only showing you what you feel about yourself and what's going on inside of yourself. So again, until you resolve that conflict internally, right? Until you do that, everything else is going to stay in place, right? So once you break past that internal barrier and you have that breakthrough internally, the external world is going to break through for you. In this case, you could break past that revenue ceiling you're stuck at, right? That discipline ceiling you're stuck at, and that confidence ceiling you're stuck at, etc. It's not just limited to these things. You understand what I'm trying to say? So this is why I have to reemphasize that you are not as far away from your next level as you think. Matter of fact, you're already here. Creation is already finished. You just have to attract it into your life. Only you truly know the internal factors holding you back. You see, I can't sit here and tell you that you need to meditate or journal or change the way that you see the world or eat certain ways. You're unique. Your situation is unique to you. And this is the reason why you know deep down what you shouldn't be doing. You know deep down what you should be doing, right? So you need to pretty much come to peace at what that is and understand and see that all of these things are only going to get you to where it is that you want to be, who it is that you want to become. So the distance between where you are and where you want to be is not measured in years. It's not measured in habits. It's not measured in all this stuff. The root of it is measured in identity alignment. The moment the internal block is removed, better execution, confidence, and decisions become natural. So you really have to sit with yourself and really think who you are at an identity level and who it is that you want to become at an identity level. And you need to embody that. That's when everything else is going to become easier. And then whenever you do so, you come at peace with the things that may have triggered you from the past to keep you where you are now. Whenever you overcome this, that's when you're going to be in alignment, and then you're going to start to attract what it is that you want. You're going to break past those ceilings. Imagine the version of you who already operates at the next level, the entrepreneur who executes daily without hesitation, the professional who naturally commands respect, right? The father figure in the household, right? The mother figure in the household, the individual who trusts their decisions. That version of you is not a different person. It's simply a different identity being expressed. So don't really think about it as, oh, you have to change everything about yourself and you have to take action externally. Don't put the focus on the external, put the focus on the internal. Really picture yourself within. Think about who it is that you want to become. Think about what it is that you have to do, how you have to embody that, and let yourself have it internally. And then once you let yourself have it internally, you're going to be able to take those necessary steps without it feeling like a drag. You have the awareness now. You have the awareness and you see the action that you have to take for what it is, and you don't see it as a burden, you see it as leverage. The only way you can have that perception is by having that internal self-awareness. So you don't need 10 more strategies. You don't need another productivity hack. You need to remove the internal block that is keeping the current version of you in place. Most of the time it comes from your paradigm, past traumas and experiences, as I just emphasized. So it's very important for you to come clean with yourself and expose everything that has held you back up to this point. And once that block is gone and you make peace with it, that's when the shift happens. Suddenly something becomes very clear. You weren't far away. You were just operating from the wrong identity. And once that shifts, you'll realize something powerful. You were closer to it than you think. And I'm going to continue to dive deep into this as I provide more presentations. But I'm happy to see that it's all coming together now. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. Thank you for watching. If you watched up to this point, feel free to send me an email if you feel like you have any internal blocks that you want removed. As an entrepreneur, creative, or high professional, let me know, and we'll definitely talk, and I'll see how I can continue to put out more videos to help you in your situation. So with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the other side, and until next time.